Welcome to Shenkman Education. My name is Marty Shenkman. This is Elsie. She's going to help me. We're going to talk about on this video clip hiring good advisors, useful advisors. Anyone can go out and hire a lawyer, an accountant, a wealth advisor. Are they really good for you? Are they doing the job you need? Are they really helping you? Are they useful? Thomas the Tank Engine was a useful tank engine. Are your advisors similarly useful? Here's a couple of factors to consider when working with advisors. And by the way, talk to the advisors before you hire them. Make sure they're going to do the things you need and some of the points we're going to raise. And if they don't, you pick up the phone or send an email and say, hey, you're not doing what I need. Here's what I need. If you're not going to do that, we can move. You're not wedded to anyone. You need to tell your advisors that you want to hear, this is important and most people don't like to do this, what you need to hear in their professional judgment. You don't want someone that's a yes person, and if you go in and say, boy, I need a LLC and a Rev Trust, they say, yeah, that's just what you need and we'll do that. If that's what you need, that's great, but you want to be able to make sure that your advisors have the confidence and the permission from you to tell you what you need to hear, even when it's not what you want to hear. Estate planning can be very complicated, not always, sometimes. Estate planning can be very emotionally difficult, sometimes, not all the time. But if you need to hear something because you're missing it, you want your advisors to be able to tell it to you. I was talking to a financial advisor colleague the other day, and he was telling me how many clients come to him that are just spending so much money, they're never going to reach their retirement goals. If their burn rate's too high, they need to let him tell them, you're spending too much. Nobody wants to hear it. Ditto when they go to an estate planner. Wow, look how successful I am. But if they're overspending, they may not have anything left for their will or their Rev Trust or other documents to govern. So make sure from the get-go, your advisors are willing to tell you what you need, not just what you want to hear, and that you give them permission to do so. Collaboration. There's an organization called NAPEC, National Association of Estate Planners and Counsels. Collective of all the different allied estate planning professions. That's the model you want. You want your attorney, your accountant, your wealth advisor, your trust officer, your insurance consultant, charitable gift officer, everybody to collaborate and talk. Teamwork is dream work. Martin, my trainer, says that. Teamwork is dream work. If you want to achieve the goals you want to hear input from everyone. You want your advisors talking. You don't want one advisor to try to be the big cheese and push out the others. You don't want one advisor so controlling the discussion that other people can't give you input. You want collaboration. Easy way to foster it. If any advisor has a meeting with you, they send a summary, an email, something to all the other advisors so everyone's on the same page. Here's a tougher one, and you may not be able to really deal with this until you get deep in the process. You want practical advice. Textbook and theoretical advice is great if you're in law school. It's great if you're into that, but it's not going to solve most people problems. A textbook or theoretical answer that ignores family dynamics, that ignores health issues, that ignores addiction issues, or the real things that go on in life, which are often messy, it's not going to work. You need practical advice. By the way, this wasn't on my list. So many people think, I want simple. You don't want simple. You want your goal achieved. If there's 3 ways to get to your goal, take the simple route unless there's a reason not to. But simple is never a primary goal. And if an advisor is pushing that, ask why. I love advisors who don't know everything. If somebody tells you they know everything, run. That's weird. No one knows everything. And the more people learn about whatever discipline they're in, whether it's your doctors, your lawyers, your psychologists, the more people learn, the more they realize how much they don't know. You want to know that if there's a technical issue that your advisor doesn't understand, they're going to tell you that and get you somebody to help with that issue. Final point. Many advisors in many professions have a couple of tricks, right? They're like a 3-trick pony, not a cow. 3-trick pony. Sorry. They want to fit you into whatever little technique or document or planning technique they know. That's not what you want. You want someone that's going to listen to your goals, your wishes, your circumstances, your worries, and come up with a plan that works for you. I sat at a meeting once at a conference for breakfast, and there were like 6 people at the table, all financial advisors. And I don't know why, I asked them, what's your biggest complaint about estate planning attorneys? They all said the same thing, that they have a couple of standard forms and they try to fit every client situation into those forms. Not what you want from any advisor. You don't want a financial advisor that has one asset allocation based on some computer program and shoves you into it. What are your goals? What are your needs? What are your spending habits? You want an accountant that thinks about what planning is good for you, maybe changing what you have in terms of entities or trusts because you can get a better tax result. So the bottom line is you want really useful advisors. I've tried to give you a list of factors or characteristics that you can specifically address to make sure you get the kind of help you want and help enhance the likelihood of your planning succeeding. Please keep in mind that all the content on these videos is for educational purposes only. Don't take any action without appropriate legal action. For more information, go to shenkmaneducation.com. Thank you.